Hey, hopefully you can hear me and see me okay. So, I just wanted to make this short update, this short video, because something I just experienced and I thought it'd be helpful for somebody, so I just decided to record it. So, long story short, I was about to take a shower. And, you know, just winding down for the evening. And so as I was leading up to that, all of a sudden I started to get this weird sensation of, like, I guess I would describe it as like a mild angst or a mild restlessness, slight maybe worry, slight uncertainty, some kind of angst, some unnecessary, because I didn't have a reason to feel like that, honestly, but it just started to come. And so as I'm just kind of witnessing the emotions as they're passing through, and trying to take some deep breaths to let them, and hoping that that the feeling would subside. Eventually it did, and then I just started to kind of relax into the moment and reflect, introspect, and try to figure out what the heck that was. A panic attack? I didn't know what was going on. So long story short, I think I figured it out, y'all. Okay, so you know how you hear, often I've been hearing people on podcasts and just different thought leaders talk about how a lot of us have the fear of success and failure, a fear of that, right? And it's a fear that's a fear that's a blind spot. It's closeted. It's in the subconscious, because I definitely wasn't up today and this evening being fearful or thinking about that. But what I have been doing and being grateful for is how I've been just trying to minimize my egoic personality influence on my decisions, and try to quiet my mind, my monkey mind, enough to receive divine guidance. So as I, you know, let God lead me, let God guide me. If I get an intuitive nudge, a little ping to upload something, just try to take action on it when I know it's coming from my higher self. And so that's what I've been doing. And over the last week or so, and behind it, I noticed that it's been, what I've been uploading, it's been resonating with some people. It's been helpful in some kind of way, because all of a sudden I had started to gain some subscribers over the last week, and I'm super grateful for that, because I know as I was leading into like the 800s or 900s, I think one of the criteria to become a YouTube partner is like 1,000 subscribers and blah blah blah. And so I had just noticed, like, oh wow, look at that, I'm getting close, you know, and just happy. But long story short, now 800 or 900 subscribers, yes, that's small potatoes, I understand that. But as I was just sitting here reflecting on that slight angst that was coming down through me, I thought, oh, maybe this is some kind of subconscious fear of mine coming to the surface for me to look at and be aware of, because I had no reason to feel like that. And so I'm just making this video here to just share in real time, because that's always been my goal, to just share with you guys as I learn things that I'm going through and growing through. And I figure when it's in real time, or as close as possible to when the event happened, it's even more beneficial. Where maybe hopefully somebody could really pick up what I'm putting down. But long story short, I just came to the realization of, like, how, yeah, that fear of success and failure, it's a real fear, and it's deeply embedded. I don't know if it's a cultural thing for me, or if it's something that's just it's something in societal, in a collective unconscious, or in a collective subconscious, because I don't know where it came from. But I just thought to myself, oh, that's a real thing. That's not a phenomenon. That's not a hoax. It's not fake news. That's a real thing. And it probably was triggered because I had been just reflecting and thinking, like, wow, I'm getting close, yay, and I'm so grateful, blah blah blah. But then on a subconscious level, and it was buried, I wasn't aware it was there, but it definitely came to the surface, I guess. I guess there's a fear there, a slight fear of failure or success. That's a real fear that a lot of people have. And the cool part about it is that what it revealed to me after I started to reflect on it is how important it is to sometimes you got to let them feelings and uncomfortable feelings, and the way whatever's come to the surface, you got to let it come to the surface, because I'm realizing more and more that feelings in general, uncomfortable feelings, good or bad, feelings are messengers, right? Feelings are messengers. They're not evil, they're just messengers. And the conclusion I was able to draw tonight is that, especially feelings that I have that are not comfortable, that I have to sit with to try to figure out what's going on with me, what it revealed to me is that it's the feelings like that, angst and uncomfortable, you know, uncertain, worry out of nowhere, anxiety, that stuff is coming from some level of cognitive dissonance where my conscious mind or my subconscious mind or unconscious mind is not aligned with the truth. Somewhere inside of me there's a belief or something that's not holding up to the truth, that's not aligned with what the real truth is at the core of myself, and it's some dissonance there. So the uncomfortable feeling is that the uncomfortable feelings I was experiencing and those emotions had something to do with the cognitive dissonance that was there. An unconscious, a subconscious fear, potentially, of what would happen if this thing really did, if the YouTube thing really did work out, you know? I've been walking by faith, not by sight. What if that really works? So maybe that was somewhere deep down buried in my unconscious from my lineage. I don't know, because I definitely don't think like that, but it was somewhere in my subconscious. And what I'm grateful for is how, okay, so I'm a believer in God, but I also believe that the full moon, the moon cycles have, just like they have a gravitational pull on the earth and it messes with the tides of the ocean. I also believe that the full moon cycles, or the moon cycles, have a gravitational pull on us as a human being. After all, our body has, what is it, 70% water? I don't know the exact percentage, but it's full of a lot of water. So when a full moon is coming up, the moon is waxing like that, I believe that the gravitational pull that it has down here on earth, on the ocean, is happening inside of our bodies, and it's creating fluid shifts in our bodies that is ultimately impacting our electrolytes and bringing things to the surface emotionally. I mean, if you know a little bit about anatomy, I remember working as a nurse when people had the fluid shifts that made their sodium, where their sodium levels would go too low or too high. It would make them more confused and stuff. So when you got fluid shifts like that, it can impact your psyche. And so from my perspective, at least my belief is that the full moon coming up in the next couple of days is potentially what has created some kind of fluid shift in my body as well, that is working out for my greatest good and highest good. Because what it did is it's bringing some uncomfortable emotion to the surface. Some things that was deeply embedded in my subconscious is coming to the surface for me to be made aware of it. It's shedding light on it. And so that's what's so cool about the gravitational pull of this full moon. So then I could be consciously aware of it and then journal about it, introspect on it, or whatever, reflect on it, so I can know what is it in my beliefs that I wasn't even aware was there that I need to release. And that's one thing that I want to release. Those type of fears, subconscious fears like that are illusions, that are deeply embedded, that are blind spots, that again, that can govern your behavior. So now if I would have continued to go on without being aware of that fear, I could have potentially started to self-sabotage a goal that my conscious mind wanted to continue to go after, self-sabotage it, because on a subconscious level, there's a fear there.